Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. This is an angelic horoscope transmission. Mercury is retrograde in the sign of Capricorn, the goat. We're going to give you the zodiac angels for the zodiac signs and the houses associated with your zodiac sign at the end of the video, at the end of the transmission. So stay tuned for that. We're also going to give you the tarot card forecast that is associated with this planetary event. Mercury is currently retrograde, continuing through the sign of Capricorn this week, so be mindful of misunderstood communications. This will be especially important for those who are attempting to think or imagine their way towards higher status and fame. Imagining is extremely important, but remember that you are what you do. Be sure to ask about our Happy New Year 20% savings on an astrology report and find out just exactly how this astrology event affects your life in significant ways and how you can take advantage of the energies of the cosmological events that affect you specifically this week. This is a special time for the planetary Archangel Raphael, who is the divine physician of God, found in Tobias chapter 12, verse 15. For I am the angel Raphael, one of the seven, who stand before the Lord. He will work in congruence with the zodiac angel Hanael, who oversees the realm of the sign of Capricorn, the goat. It is critical at this time that you do not misunderstand the intentions of those who seem to be communicating in ways in which you do not understand. Make an effort to resist overreaction, but rather handle all your affairs in a calm, cool, professional, and collected manner so that all will be well with you. The tarot card that comes up for this event is the Devil. The Devil card reversed, which is the poisoning of the consciousness and the undermining of the ability to objectify the body and its chemistry or hormones in favor of allowing the electric, peripheral, and central nervous system to attain pleasure through rising above and well beyond the stupefying underindulgence of the creatively normal conformity seekers who at this juncture will attempt to either please no one or please everyone. It will be an enormous task to proceed upon your chosen path, but you should pay special attention to doing the work that you have chosen in as consistent a manner as possible. This will allow you to dive into the morass of human consciousness, and you will become triggered by anything that has any sensation whatsoever of conducting energy. Energy and power, as well as how to access more of it, is the point of this God consciousness and is the point of the Devil card in general. Indeed, it is the central theme of the sign of Capricorn, the goat. When this card of the Devil presents itself in a reverse order, it is bound to become engrossed in the world mind or the universal soul to a surface and shallow extent, at least. In the upright position, this would allow an overview of human behavior that easily arranges life and shuttles creatures to and fro. In a reverse presentation, nevertheless, this card of the Devil will allow some indulgence in being one of the group, but not to any toxic degree. When the Devil presents upright, again, this will allow for an escape from the annoying quagmire in which we find ourselves, created by those who do not possess common sense. Expect to feel prickly and dizzy, even queasy during this cosmological event in space-time, and use the alchemical symbol of projection to manifest whatever you like, keeping in mind that any homunculus that manifests will be in a poisonous state for the time being. The trick will be to attenuate frequencies to therapeutic rather than toxic amounts of vibratory patterns that will actually do the seeker some amount of real world good rather than simply wishing for things. Wishing is fine to define one's goals, but then one must proceed to taking right action to attain and indeed manifest one's true will. The emotional patterns that are represented and produced at this juncture is the need for emotional security in the form of knowing that the people you love the most are cared for and squared away. You will do well with the attitude of the cliché, quote, God is in his heaven and all is right with the world, unquote. The difference at the moment is that one will be able to give as well as they get, to balance things out quite nicely. This is not a time for overindulgence, and one should err on the side of caution due to the effect of the reverse card. Keep in mind that projection of the seeker's, quote, reality matrix, unquote, is a, quote, technology, unquote, that works because you are sending out a reality grid in which you can then send your chosen objectified manifestation. This is known as a, quote, golem, unquote, in many high magic circles. By the very nature of sending out a reality matrix, you are sending out a grid in which you allow yourself to create. Everything is you and is created by you. So this is the step at which you become God. Consider John chapter 10, verses 34 and 35. Jesus answered them, it is not written in your law, I said, you are gods? If he called them gods, to whom the word of God was spoken, and the scripture cannot be broken. Now we're going to get to your Mercury retrograde in Capricorn association with your specific zodiac signs and your specific zodiac angels and the particular house that this will affect your sign in through your zodiac angel. So Mercury retrograde in Capricorn will affect the houses and the signs as follows. For the sign of Aries, the ram, we have the zodiac angel Magick. Aries, this will affect your 10th house of your social standing and fame. Remember, this is a reversed situation and a bit of a toxic one at that. For the zodiac sign of Taurus, the bull, we have the zodiac angel Asmodai. This will affect the bull's 9th house of your life path meaning. This will be kind of a poisonous type of communication that you need to watch out for coming through this week. For the zodiac sign of Gemini, the twins, we have the zodiac angel Umbriel. This will affect your 8th house of birth, sex, death, and debt. And this will be, again, a rather toxic type of effect. But the goal is to find a therapeutic amount of energy. For the sign of Cancer, the crab, we have the zodiac angel Muriel. And this will affect your 7th house of law and commitment. So remember, there's a lot of toxicity and treacherous law this week. For the zodiac sign of Leo, the lion, we have the zodiac angel Virchiel. This will affect your 6th house, Leo, of your habits, your health, your daily routine. So be careful of people giving you so much that you sort of OD on energy or OD on even energy drinks, vitamins, that kind of thing. For the zodiac sign of Virgo, the Virgin, we have the zodiac angel Hamaliel. This will affect your 5th house, Virgo, of children, creativity, your creative projects, your kids' creative projects, beware that there is going to be so much given to you that some of it may not be completely healthy. There may be some products, some kids' products, even paints, those kind of things, which have a little bit of toxicity in it. So you want to make sure it's not too much, although some of it may be for therapeutic purposes. So just try to understand the intention. If there's a certain amount of like a trace mineral in some product, you want to make sure that that's not there for good rather than ill, but you understand. You want to make sure things are a little bit diluted if need be. For the sign of Libra, the scales, the zodiac angel Asariel. For this zodiac sign, we have the 4th house of home and family being affected for you this week. So be careful of things like radon gases, things like that in your home. You might want to check for that. Make sure the paint is okay. And in some of the products that are coming out that are for cleansing the home may be rather toxic, maybe too much of, too much concern for cleanliness gets to the point where somebody is becoming so cleanly that good bugs are being killed. Like, for example, sometimes if a person takes antibiotics, they need to replace the good flora in their stomach, the good bugs in the stomach, by taking probiotics, that kind of thing. For the zodiac sign of Scorpio, the Scorpion, we have the zodiac angel Sachiel. This will affect your 3rd house of transport and communication. So be careful that the communications are not treacherous and that the transportation is not something that is going to go so fast or be so much fun that it's no longer safe. So just, moderation this week is going to be helpful. For the zodiac sign of Sagittarius, the Archer, we have the zodiac angel Anachiel. Sagittarius, this will affect your 2nd house of your money and your possessions. So you want to make sure that you're not getting into the types of financial dealings or property dealings, that especially contracts that have to be signed, because Mercury is retrograde. You want to make sure you don't get into a situation where the things that you're using are not completely safe. For the zodiac sign of Capricorn, the goat, we have the zodiac angel Hanael. This is, of course, your 1st house. This Mercury retrograde in your sign of Capricorn, the goat. This affects your 1st house of yourself, your appearances. So you might begin to get a view of yourself that is not completely true. You may start to become, a little bit where you might have a little body dysmorphic disorder or a little bit of some kind of eating disorder or something like that. Your appearance may not be clear to you, so you don't want to go too far in any direction with weight or with how you think you appear. You don't want to be extreme with your hairstyles or your makeup or anything like that. And you want to watch your cosmetic products, make sure that they're not toxic. You want to make sure that you trust where you're getting them from. For the zodiac sign of Aquarius, the water bearer, we have the zodiac angel Cambriel. This will affect Aquarius in your 12th house of spirituality. So yes, there are all kinds of spiritual systems, all kinds of mathematics. What you want to do is try to maintain a balance between the light and the dark. You want to find some temperance for yourself during this week in your spiritual endeavors, especially if you're utilizing high magic, okay, Aquarius. For the zodiac sign of Pisces, the fish, we have the zodiac angel of Nitziel. This will affect your 11th house of your friends and your reputation. So be careful that the waters, the emotional waters for you Pisces, are not poisoned, regarding people trying to poison reputation or trying to make toxic friendships. You want to try to understand others and make sure others understand you. And the best way to do that is by speaking clearly. And it's not good if people are putting something that's this week. It's just not good to put anything that's not true into the mix. because that's no longer, not with this precise cosmological occurrence. This is not a good time for you to have anything but exact truth, so that people can have certitude. This is a good week to make sure everything is above board and completely without any error. Now, to get into our disclaimer, high magic can be dangerous. These transmissions are intended exclusively for entertainment purposes. Do not try this at home. All right. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel, and join us again next week.